Welcome everybody. So I've been working Maggie really hard over the past month, clearing land, pulling trees and all that stuff. And I just put out a video recently about fixing these boom mounts here. Actually, the boom itself was all cracked up, and the root ripper videos and all that stuff. Well, just this last week, I noticed this issue with the joystick. So I'm going to take you through how I'm going to troubleshoot this. The system isn't really all that complicated. So we've got the joystick up here, which has a ball socket assembly on it, which pulls and pushes two control cables, and those control cables are right down here. Those operate two valves in the valve assembly. So God willing, it's just something up in the top. I did kind of look into it a little bit, and it looks like there's this cast aluminum part that tends to break open. So I'm really hoping that's what it is, because I think I can fabricate something to replace it. I heard they're on back order, but I haven't even dug into it yet. And I'll show you a quick clip here of what it's actually doing. I did this just a few minutes ago so you could actually see what my problem is, and maybe you're having the same problem or you know somebody who is. And then right after that clip, I'll jump right into my troubleshooting and repair process. All right, so our joystick right here, so you can see before I rip it all apart what it's looking like. Going to the left, it has this dead spot. Like, it used to catch right here, and now it doesn't do anything until it gets right there. And when you do push on it, it's just ever so slightly, it'll start moving. And before that, I noticed going to the right, where it actually catches right here, it used to move. It used to move, the bucket used to curl down. And now, up until it hits the first, it's not a detent, but it's a push through, I guess, and that forces more fluid. You can hear the pump actually struggle a little bit. Anyhow, something is goofy down in here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Like I said, that's to the right, and that's where it's supposed to catch. And then to the left, it used to be the same, to about right there. But now you can see it goes way over here with nothing. And when it does catch, it's real quick. So we got something going on down here, now that you've seen that. All right, so first thing, we got to get this box cover off of here. It's just held in by a couple of these body panel plastic rivet things, or Christmas trees, some people call them. Got to push our lock in so that we can get the box off behind it. All right, so that's out of the way. Put your parts and pieces in there. All right, so we'll get this boot up and out of the way. Actually, we got to pull some bolts here. We'll get these two bolts out first. So I have this third function kit installed in here. So I got this extra wire to deal with for the button. And it's actually a diverter kit, not a true third function kit. And I was kind of upset about that because I paid a lot of money to have a third function kit, which they told me that's what it was. It's not. I would have went with aftermarket if I'd have known what they were going to do. That's what the dealership will do to you. Got to get this boot off of here. Just peel it up and over. There we go. All right. All right, so this is our rig here, and I just took this apart a few weeks ago because I noticed that one thing with the curl down being a little bit weird. I'll get our lock out of the way. So there's something definitely going on down in here. As our ball socket assembly is working fine, you can see it's pulling and pushing on that piece. And that little extender piece, it's moving that just fine. The ball and socket over here looks just fine. But this is that aluminum piece I thought somebody was complaining about. It looks a little wore out, but that shouldn't be free moving like that. It should have resistance, and right now it definitely does not. So there's one cable for bucket curl up down and one cable for loader arm up down. This is just a stationary mounting point, which it's kind of loose, but that's okay. That right there, moving so freely like that, that should have resistance. And it doesn't. So I'm going to follow the cable and see what we find. So this here would be our valve body, and then we've got these control valves, cable controlled. Come on. These two cable controlled valves right here. So this upper one appears to be the one for the bucket. And the cable itself appears to be okay. So it looks like I'm going to have to pull the cable. Let's see, pull this cable out of here and then dink around with the valve and see if that's where the issue is. That kind of sucks. They do not make this very nice. Yeah, just need a little extra prying on that mount. So that ball socket piece looks fine. All right, let's pull this puppy out of here. Oh, you gotta screw this guy back. So the housing protects this little check ball looking thing up here. A retaining pin or something. Yep, there it is. And right there is the end of our line. I don't know, it looks like something inside the valve itself maybe. Yeah, it looks like the cable's fine. There's definitely some slop there on the valve. It's loose. Why would it be loose? That doesn't make any sense. See, I'm betting if I pull this other one off of here, that it won't do that. It won't have that slop in there. Yep, so on the loader up-down valve, this lower one, there's no in and out slop. It's got pressure on it right from the get-go, and it goes right back to its center position. Same thing going in. Yep, whereas this top one, for the bucket, it doesn't center up on its own. And it just, you know, slopping right around there. I'm wondering if this solenoid on the other side has anything to do with it. Hydraulics are pretty robust, so I'm kind of surprised that this is, if this is the issue, I'm kind of surprised if it's the valve assembly itself or the valve housing. It's usually not that big of an issue. Could be a spring in there or something that just popped, I don't know. Maybe that's what's in this. I thought it was a solenoid, but it's definitely not a solenoid. There's no electrical connection to it, so. Maybe this is the centering spring. Maybe there's something in here that's busted. I'm just gonna pop this whole damn thing loose. Looks like 1, 2, 3 12 mils. Hey, look at that. I can get to it now. Yeah, this cap was buttoned up against the frame bracket here. There's no way it would have come off. All right, so whatever's supposed to keep that valve from moving on the inside of this cap, it's not working. So, try to, oh, there goes part of it. And that looks like it's supposed to be screwed down, and it definitely was not. There are threads in there, and it looks like, put that keeper back in there, and it looks like this just backed off the threads. Holy crap. So you can see we do got threads in the base of this, and you saw me, I just barely started to to push on it with the screwdriver, and it just popped right out. So I'm guessing that was the cause. This was allowing it to just move back and forth. Huh, I'll be dang. Okay, she's going. Okay. I honestly don't know how that could cause this issue, because that spring, you'd think if it come loose, it would keep more pressure on that thing, that valve, rather than less. So what was allowing that valve to shimmy back and forth like that? All right, let's go slap it back on and see if that fixed it. It actually seems to have fixed it. I don't see how. Maybe the spring pressure in here is higher than that spring pressure. So when it's bolted down, that spring was pushing that way, allowing slop in there. Because it's definitely not free moving anymore, not like it was. Yeah, like that one can still move, and that one seems good now. Well, holy crap, I think we might have fixed it. I am gonna go ahead and just assume that I did. Start putting all these pieces back on in the order I took them off. Okay, that side's put back together. Let's get this side put back together. I'm gonna do this before remount the whole valve body. All right, wait a second, I want to check something. Why does it feel like it's still moving? Oh, that's just that side, okay. Oh, that's the ball valve on the top that's moving. All right, actually I should probably put that back together first. That way I know where the tension is. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. So if that didn't quite make sense, what I wanna do is get this guy put back on. That way I know where the center feels like, and I can use that joystick to wiggle it and make sure that I have just a little bit of play, because I don't want it to actually be moving one way or the other stationary. So go through this ass pane in reverse now, which I believe is this one first. Wow, way easier going the other way. Now I will just put one bolt in this to keep it mounted while we're playing. So now I'll have a good feel on what it should be doing and what it should feel like. Go ahead and get this guy put back on. There is an O-ring in there. Make sure it's back in place. It's right on the edge of the lip here of this housing. The housing screws onto the cable. I'm going to run it all the way down till it looks like the housing just seats. And that looks about right. Then that guy goes on. I'm just setting it about where it was. It's about that much showing, I think. Just drop the bolt. It's doing so good too. Did you guys see where it went? I didn't think so. All right, I'm gonna get this one put on and then go get a magnet. That looks pretty close to where it was. So it's not completely bolted back down yet. However, pushing to the right, now rather than getting way out to here before there's any resistance, hits the stop there, not the stop, but meets resistance, and then we get full travel against resistance. And then to the left, we'll have to see if that part's actually working, but I can feel the resistance and then that little bit extra. And that's right there is what I've been using for the last week. So you can see right there is where the first resistance starts. And it goes from that to there, and then there's that little bit extra. But now that feels like how it used to feel. So that should do the trick. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all back together and we'll do a closeout. Hello, Maggie. All right, hopefully that line isn't leaking that I accidentally broke loose. That camera can see it better than this camera. Okay, up and down was working fine before. Okay, we're up. Let's see. See? It's still doing that. Not near as bad though. Let's try the other way. Now that's correct. It feels correct. I think there just might be a little bit of slop, but I wasn't getting that at all. I had to go all the way to there to get it to do anything. So let's still wait till it gets really close, but that's been like that since I got it. But at least now it's not loose. It actually catches and then starts. So that's fine. Now the other way, I wasn't getting that right there. Nice slow descent. I had to go here and then some more to get it to do anything. So, very cool. Very, very cool. And then lastly, when I was putting this guy on, I was pulling up on it to get some leverage, and I broke that free, but it doesn't appear to be leaking. All right, well, that appears to have fixed our problem. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully that helps, and that's just generally how I go about troubleshooting, all right? You just kind of got to know how things work, and then start disassembly in, you know, a systematic order. I can't tell you how many times I've been able to get something fixed or working again simply by taking it apart and seeing if it's actually put together correctly. Like I said, that cap down there, that spring, it just backed itself out of that spring retainer on the back side of the hydraulic valve. Somehow or another, it worked itself loose. So nothing was broke, nothing was wrong. If I'd have taken this somewhere, holy cow, I guarantee I'd be looking at $1,000 minimum. I mean, you're talking a couple $100 just for them to come get it. And we are at almost 2 hours exactly right now from when I started, just under 2 hours. So that ain't bad, you know, not bad at all. So if you got any questions or comments, throw it down in that comment section there. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Hopefully this helps. Consider hitting that like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Keep yanking on them bootstraps.